Okay, dear students, 1.5 from the first unit is Joan of Arc. Okay, so my dear students, this topic Joan of Arc is going to be important in general from the exam perspective, as well as this topic is going to be important from the point of view of your understanding for the syllabus as well. Okay, so this topic Joan of Arc, dear friends, this topic covers what? This topic covers exactly the historic and the patriotic nature of a girl called Joan. Now this girl is Joan, who is trying to be extremely patriotic, who's got extreme good amount of vibes to do something good for her nation, and she's wanting Britishers to be taken out from her land of France. And that is where she wishes that I am the one who will help everybody. Even if you believe that I am a girl, you feel that being a girl, what can I do really good? But I know that I can do really wonderful, and I also believe that I will be able to put in the best possible from my end to save my country, to save my motherland, France, from the clutches of British. Now, my dear students, you all know very well that Britishers were the one right from day one. These were the people, they were not bad. But these people were trying to rule over the entire world. They ruled over the entire Asian countries, they ruled over the entire Southeast Asian countries as well, the Africa, the American parts as well. So these people wanted to rule and establish their colonies into various parts of Europe also. In the process of doing this, what these people did was, these people did not get themselves accustomed with the customs, rituals and traditions of their land, but they got themselves associated, but they wanted people where they were ruling to get used to what these people wanted. This is where Britishers turned absolutely ill, and they turned absolutely foul for the people. Okay, so John believes that this is not right. We are in the colonized rule. But if I want my nation to get out of this colonized rule, then I will make sure that even if I lay down my life, I believe nothing bad will happen, because this will result into freeing my nation from the clutches of Britishers. Okay, so again, the introductory part of the topic, George Bernard Shaw was an Irish playwright and critic. Very important first line. George Bernard Shaw was an Irish playwright and critic. He wrote more than 60 plays during his lifetime, including major works such as Man and Superman, okay, Pygmalion 1912 and St. John. He was the leading dramatist of his time. He was awarded with Nobel Prize in Literature. Now, as our practice goes without saying, we'll be writing about the author in 2-3 lines compulsorily as a PR question. One would be Irish. Number one would be Irish playwright plus critic, number one. Number second, he will be also be the one who was awarded with the Nobel Peace Prize. So this is how it will go. Now, we will read the main parts. The war was fought between England and France from 37 to 1453. So it's almost close to a decade. It has come to be known as the 100 Years' War. Joan was a peasant girl born in eastern France who led the French army to several victories during the war. This play begins at the time when all of northern France and some parts of southwest were under foreign control. The English controlled some parts and the Burgundians controlled the other. The city of New Orleans, one of the few remaining French cities, was held by the English. Please remember, everybody. Which city was held by the English? The city of New Orleans, the few remaining French cities, was held by the English. The year is 1429. Captain Robert D. Baudricourt, a military officer, is seated at the table. His steward stands facing him. Now, as it goes without our thing, we won't be reading the chapter again in detail. I'll be giving you the glimpse of the topic, and so that we will understand what exactly is there in this topic. Simple. What exactly is mentioned? The courageous girl. Who is the courageous girl? The courageous girl is Joan. My dear friends, Joan is the courageous girl. She is extremely patriotic. Courageous girl. She is extremely patriotic. Okay. She is highly motivated. She is highly motivated, my dear friends, and she is wanting France, that is New Orleans, to be free from British. Okay, that is the Englishman. Okay, and with whom does she go on to fight with? She believes that I will definitely go and help Dauphin and send me to Dauphin. There is a word which she says that I want Captain to send me to Dauphin to the Dauphin so that I can help Dauphin and free my land from the Britishers. She believes also that I want to make or I want to teach Britishers such a lesson that henceforth in the lifetime they will never think about coming and ruling over my land. What does this show? This shows about the grit, my dear friends. Please pay attention. This shows about grit and determination. This shows about grit and determination of grit and determination of Joan. Number one, this also shows about her positive spirit, my dear friends. Please remember, this also shows about her positive spirits. At the same time, this also shows that she is highly patriotic. She is highly patriotic and is not bothered about her age, about her being a girl. In spite of being a girl of about 17 to 18 years of age, she shows her motivation to free her motherland from Britishers and to make France an absolutely wonderful country and thereby preserve its own beauty. Okay, and end of the day, she also has something to say. What she believes, what she says, my dear friends. John also says that when God is with you, nothing bad can happen. So this is a moral which everybody needs to learn it very well. What does she say? She says that when God is with you, nothing bad can happen. Okay. What does she say? God is with us, so no bad can happen. Okay, so this shows her positive spirits. Is that fine, my dear friends? This is how she goes on to fight the battle. Okay, end of the day, it is also being mentioned that there is one phrase which is being used. The phrase is, her words have put fire into me. What does this mean? To motivate someone, to instigate the spirit of never say die attitude in someone. Okay, now we want a few mad people now. See where the someones have landed us. Okay, this is how it goes. Eventually, the last few lines from the lesson. Robert shaking Pauling is goodbye, old man. I'm taking a big chance. Few other men would have done it, but as you say, there is nothing about her. Yes, there is something about her. So Paulangi, one of the men from the courtyard, is from one of the men from the courtyard of Robert, says that yes, I truly believe in the positive spirit of Joan, and I believe that she can do real wonders. I want you to give her a chance. Is a request being made by Paulangi to Robert. Robert is one of the character. Robert is the person to whom it is being given the job of handling the entire situation. Okay, so again, there are objective based part. Okay, very few things come, so I believe let's not get into that details about this onto this topic. Make sure this topic is based on what? It is based on French history. Okay, my dear friends, it is based on French history. Number one. Number second, there are a few words in the topic like Paulangi, like there is Paulangi, there is Robert, there is Stewart, there is John. Make sure French words are very critical to pronounce. I'm sorry. You never have direct pronunciations of t and d in France. There is always a smoothness of rotational clause into it. Okay. Now, at the same time, some of the important grammar parts come over here. Okay. So, which grammar questions are highly important? We'll look into those. From the extract, find out when the following are compared to and by. As easy as if to win. Okay. So, over here, the first one, as easy as. This is about Joan, and Joan believes that it is as easy as to do something to win a battle. Okay, she's that spirited. It is not ideally easy to win a battle, but she says that it's easy because if your spirits are good, if God is with you, nothing bad can happen. Number second, as mad as, which means crazy fact. Okay, the king says that, Joan, are you mad? You cannot do this. Being a girl, it's not possible. The great men have not been able to do. How can you do it? So she says that I want the spirits of mine to fall for the freedom and for the goodness of my motherland. So eventually, these are the activity-based questions. Then, second activity-based question, which is again important: cut in, cut out. What is the meaning? Cut in and cut out. Cut in is to enter in. Cut out is to cancel. To be held by, to held up. Held by is to held hostage by. Held up is to be controlled by. So these are the various meanings which have been considered over here. Okay. Again, the next grammar part. I am sure you have referred the videos wherein I have talked about now grammar. Okay. So the topics when I've talked about grammar, I've covered over there something called as transformation of sentences. My dear friends, I have covered something called as transformation of sentences. In this transformation of sentences, I have talked about sentences like assertive, sentences like affirmative, sentences like negative, sentences like exclamatory, and last one is a sentence called as interrogative. Okay, so let's get back to the same things that have been mentioned. Negative and affirmative. What is negative sentence? A sentence which has got no, not, neither, nor negations are called as negative sentences. When you convert a sentence from negative to affirmative, please note that you never change the meaning of the sentence, you simply change the construction of the sentence. Mark it, my dear friends. Conversion of sentence from affirmative to negative or negative to affirmative, we never change the meaning कभी नहीं बदलता है, लेकिन क्या बदलता है, the sentence construction, this part definitely changes. Is that fine everybody? The sentence construction changes, but meaning does not change. Okay, so affirmative and negative, we learnt about type conversions. Make sure affirmative to negative, whenever you convert, you don't change the meaning of the sentence, you keep the meaning same. What you change is the construction of the sentence. Now, I am not so sure, I am hardly sure. He will not be able to stop them, he is unable to stop them. I don't remember, I hardly remember. I can do no more, I can hardly do any more. Sir, do not anger her, sir, avoid angering her. So these are the word sentences which you have to make sure. Now, word formations and all. For this, students, what I'll do, the notes that I have of my English, you can refer the notes clearly. I'll be putting the link as well for the notes. You can refer them absolutely. Okay, I have covered the word formations in that. The big list I have covered, around about 500, 600 words of each and every alphabet which come into the word formations, noun, verb, adjective and adverb. You can definitely refer that so that you are each and everything. Make sure one thing to note it. If you do only these 8 words, you will be through with the 8 words. But what if something new comes? Clear? So I am telling you, don't never learn word formations. Word formations is not the thing which you can learn. Mark it. Word formations आप लोग कभी भी learn नहीं कर सकते हो. Word formations have to go with the logics of what is a noun, what is a verb, what is an adjective, and what is an adverb. Is that clear, my dear friends? Absolutely. So please refer the notes which will be done in the link box and descriptions. Clear everybody? So this was a topic called as Joan of Arc, of a girl between the age of 17 to 18, 19, roundabout. Very positive girl, highly determined, very patriotic towards her motherland, wanting to do something great, and eventually definitely does something great. Even if her king was against her, that as a girl whether she'll be able to do it or not. But what convinced king was her spirits and her never say die attitude. She went on to help Dauphin. Eventually, they both had a simple target to free New Orleans from the hands of Britishers. That's number 4. Number five, there is a phrase which is being used to have put fire into me, which means to add spirits to yourself, to add energy, to give in that spirit. That is called as to add fire into me. This is about a topic called as Joan of Arc. We have completed this topic with activity-based questions as well. Now, my dear students, if you have understood, we covered all the 6 chapters from your textbook. 10th standard textbook has got all the units. Each unit has got 6 chapters. Accordingly, you have got 4 units. So, around about 24 chapters combined with lessons and poems as well. Along with this, you will also be referring with my link about question answers or the worksheet that we have done. I have made sure that we solve an entire worksheet from the class along with the activity-based questions which are mentioned in the textbook after your lesson. Anything remains, any doubts you have got, any problems, please ask me. The link box has my number as well. Feel free to ask. Important is to learn. Important is to educate yourself, not just for the exam point of view, but learn in totality. Thank you so much, my dear friends.